That illusion, I think, it is still something that I think subconsciously I'm chasing after. My name is Kevin, and I work in banking, and I live in East York, Toronto. The relationship that I have with the gay community would be sort of, I guess, in some senses, at arm's length. Like, I'm always very sort of guarded in sort of being part of any dynamic that I don't feel comfortable in. I've had my party queen years and stuff, and do I fit in that mold? In that sense, I definitely, yeah, there was a time that I did, and I did the whole relationship marriage thing, and I had a husband, and we had three cats. So, you know, we had kids. They were our kids, and that didn't work out either. And so, my relationship with the gay sort of community would be sort of, I've been testing it in a way, and I still don't feel that I have really found really what I would describe or identify specifically with. My partner and I, we decided to try crystal meth. It was one of the greatest experiences between us sexually. It was a very intimate, powerful kind of connection. It's a form of bliss, a form of love, I would say. But I think that was very much just an illusion, and it was a way for us to we could feel good about our relationship. And that illusion, I think, is still sort of something that I think subconsciously I'm chasing after. It was framed as something that was more for fun, but as my relationship with him sort of went on the downturn, it went from something that was fun to then something that was problematic because I was using it to cope. I think part of me really wanted to keep all of those feelings and a lot of those thoughts away, and I think because of that I've distanced myself from some of my friends, because I knew if I really had to face them and if they knew sort of what was going on, then I would have to deal with those feelings. I can't say that I don't have the support, but at the same time, there is something that is missing. It's also self-inflicted, I think. The desire for isolation because of shame, a fear of judgment, even just the images that come to mind when you think about a meth user is not appealing at all. It's very easy to internalize that, and it's just another motivation to not reach out. It cut off so much that was good for me. At the same time, I needed this time by myself to redefine what was me. If I were to talk to myself before I tried it, I would definitely tell myself, don't. It'll forever stick with you. Even if you've been not using for a long time, I think there will always be a part of you that would remember and would want it. And it would be something that I would have to sort of contend with forever, I think. I need to learn to sort of reconcile it in a way that I can move on from my relationship, move on from my other baggages, and that's one thing that I found most challenging to really deal with is that just how messy it is, and it can ruin a lot. It can ruin my life, and I think that's what has been one of the biggest fears. I've been just kind of going through the motions of my daily life, going to work and this and that, and not really living. I think the kind of help that I want would be just time, because the stress of your daily responsibilities, it is a trigger for it. Everything is a trigger for it. when you're not using it, it's just it can be quite depressing. And when I learned how depressing, it was not a good experience. It's almost like you're convinced, or at least the feeling of, that the world is going to end. That actually takes time to kind of recover from. It's beginning to exhibit through some moments where I just feel kind of blah. Like I don't feel interested anymore because it's just not appealing. I've done a lot of exploring, and I've really, I think, in a way, allowed this to play out for a while, and I've seen enough, I've done enough that I think it's time to sort things out and really make a decision on how to move forward.